I have found the best writing tool ever, and it is the board. And today, I am talking about the power of the board. What's up, my fellow wordsmith? Tim here. Welcome back to the channel. Yes, I'm continuing my second series on the best writing tool ever, the board. It has been over 1 year since I really started using the board as part of my developmental process, and it's been amazing. You can check out the first video in the series here, where I talk about how the board affected my previous work in progress Truthsayer. Today, I'm going to reveal the true power of the board for planning and the surprises that can come with it. Like, subscribe? Something about Reddit? Let's get started. So what does the board do? It's quite simple. Board takes whatever's on it and reinforces it in your subconscious. It keeps whatever's on the board at the forefront of your thoughts while planning, because those are the things that are constantly being reinforced. Let me give you an example. The outline of Truthsayer, the novella, was on 1/4 of the board that you can't see. That was it. Nothing else but that was on the board. And as I tried to make Truthsayer a grandiose Stormlight archive length novel, the trigger point for everything I want to do with my writing, it felt disconnected. Because I was only seeing this smaller story versus what I was coming up with. And because it was on the board, this is the story I really wanted to tell, really wanted to focus on.
And it is.
So if my example of Truthsayer doesn't truly show you the power of the board, let me give you some more examples. Truthsayer only took up 1/4 of this board. The other 3/4 were for Shattered World, a huge arc of the Authortube record. And it's because these two ideas share the board, I think, was the original reason why I tried to link them together. I mean, I even came up to the conclusion of Truthsayer trying to plot out the conclusion of Shattered World. But again, because the novella was the only thing on the board, and that was the story I kept being reinforced was, as I tried to make it fit to be the trigger point and everything, it just wasn't working and causing problems. It wasn't until I said, this is going to be a standalone novel, that things caused some problems, but made solutions. If it wasn't going to be the trigger point, Truthsayer needed to be placed somewhere. The only logical place for it was in Shattered World. But where? Do I just have a random standalone novel out there? It looked like it, but there was an idea I had that I can't go into because I've never thought I could ever write a standalone novel. Truthsayer just proved me wrong. And I had these other stories that I saw as series that I got rid of because too many series to try to finish in, the next 20 to 30, 40 years. But if I made them standalones and I gave them a purpose I wanted, now it may just feel weird having these 6 standalone novels out there. But when the idea I had for them and how they become super important for the climax of Shattered World, I was like, yes! But that also left a hole by me moving Truthsayer into Shattered World. What was the trigger point? How did we get here? The funny thing is, there was a series in Shattered World that just never fit there. Every time I tried to put it somewhere, it just didn't work. The original placement I wanted was in a series, a fantastic series called World of 5 Worlds. It no longer had a place. I just couldn't find a place for it. Until one day I said, what if I went and put that here?
Yes!
Perfect. It worked perfectly. There was no other place that would fit. I've tried.
Nope.
But when I put it here, it fit. All these connections finally hit. I had solutions. All because of the board. But that wasn't the only thing the board helped me solve. Truthsayer was not the only thing that changed because of the board. Marks of Iliria, one of my longest development series ever, and I spent way too long trying to make it my first thing to publish. You can learn more about that in this video. It became the center of Shattered World when I made those connections of how Trucer ends and leads literally to Shattered World. Yeah, it forced me to put this at the center when I really didn't want to, but I really did like how it would allow me to connect things. So I was like, I like it, it works, it's interesting. Let's do it. But there was just something about it. I mean, I really did want it to be its own thing. When Trucer became a novel, and I had to put it into Shattered World, it changed things. Mostly when I started working on 4 worlds. Yes, I just called this series World of 5 Worlds a second ago. This series has gone through many
different versions of names.
While working on it, I started to realize, oh crap, this is bigger than I thought it was going to be. It was always supposed to be big, but no, this has climactic consequences for the overall climax for Shattered Worlds. Yeah, I should probably, make this the center. I can make Marks of Iliria its own thing again.
Yes!
The takeaway from this video is I want you to understand the true power of the board. Board helps you make connection, give you directions that you may have never thought you would go down or even think of. I never thought I would ever do a standalone novel, and now I have a bunch of them. Not just those 6 I mentioned, but more that I'm planning on as standalones. It helps you solve problems that you don't even know you have, or problems you don't think you can solve. But if you put them on the board, your subconscious will work on them in the background. That is the true power of the board! I would not be where I am in my development of Authortube record if it wasn't for the board! Unfortunately though, it has taken me to the limit that it can. Let me clarify. As it is. Nope, I've already changed it. As it was. So it's time for version 2.0. It's also time for me to use the boards. You've reached the end of the video, so why not smash the like button and subscribe. Have you ever seen the second ever video on this channel? Click this video here to watch it, and I'll see you there. Thanks for watching. Bye.